We create the most potent art when we see beauty in adversity and look directly into the face of our greatest fears, willingly recognizing that nothing is free, nothing is easy, and nothing costs nothing. What will you give in exchange for your art? And is your art worth giving anything up for? It's easy to observe all the hype and the big things and think that that's all there is, just bigness. But you only understand the big picture when you first perceive smallness, the internal world. This struggle within is like a baby in the womb, ready to burst out and live life, not realizing that it is life itself, untouched, untarnished, like new. The very thing a later version of itself will desperately wish to go back to. Art is ideas, and we have to learn to recognize ideas before they are born, to slow down and be mindful of growth and development before the rest of the world sees it manifested. We live in a culture where content and consumerism rules creation, forgetting where creativity truly stems from. A creator so personal that he knit us together in our mother's womb, seeing potential in the unformed and beauty in darkness. Expectation in the faintness of a barely human human. That DNA, that intermingling of divine, is still in our veins, and it is what I lean into to create anything of worth. It's my first time being human, and I have just as many questions as you. But I'm learning to be less afraid to ask them, hoping for answers that give courage to press on in a world that is more daunting day by day. Art is the overflow of self-expression. And if you're in this room and you consider yourself an artist or creative, please understand that you will never stay the same. You simply won't allow it. You will always need to shift and change and question and revel and imagine a better possibility. You are a seeker, and that is your great gift. You are one of the courageous ones looking to understand our human experience, looking to understand yourself, to know beauty, to find truth. You are needed, and your voice is not just your own. It is the whispers of many others who have not learned how to speak. Don't let the fear of failure or the weariness that accompanies shifting seasons ever stop you completely. Look dead in the face, look change dead in the face, and realize it is your friend, your teacher, your comfort, and your constant companion. I've been outputting for so long, and now it's time to input again. To drink deeply of inspiration, to learn in quiet, and develop in secret. I've been running on fumes from a tank that was once so full I thought I would burst if I didn't come up with something as an outlet. This doesn't mean that I stopped doing what I love. If anything, it means I get to do those things all the more, on a different path than what I've grown accustomed to. When I started Older and Wiser, I was giving voice to that undeveloped need for creation and was addressing a practical need to pay for it. And now I've stepped into a role that I only dream of. I knew I was a storyteller and that I wanted to develop that gift, but leaning into narrative voice led me down a more visual path than predicted. It led to resources and friends and connections and opportunities that have bloomed into a foundation for my entire life. You made room for questions and trying things that might not pay off, and it did. It turned out to be an education for me and an opportunity for our community, and that is enough. Thank you for your partnership, for strength, for ideas, skills, and perspective. Thank you for showing me how much better it is when vision can be shared and resources united. I am proud of Older and Wiser because it is the very essence of victory through struggle, of trying again when you don't think you have anything left, of pushing through the limits of known self for the sake of truly knowing what self entails. There's no way I could ever sum up all that Older and Wiser is, because over time I've come to realize it's not a thing. It is a being, an extension of myself, and not a business or an organization or an opportunity. It is, in all actuality, human, lived out in me and the collaborators and creatives that have come together, united by a concept. It will never stop existing, and even if it did, its spirit would carry on under a different name. The spirit and determination to make pure gold out of piles and piles of scraps. We'll keep making a little bit of gold, and we will get to that later. Foreshadowing, I know, I promise I'm not going to be like this all the time. I'll give you real information about what's happening. But right now, in this little pocket of time, I wanted to say thank you. Is it weird for me to say I love you from here? Should I say You've given me more than I could ask for by simply being here, while I learn to be here too.